Hey folks, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a video series on defensive Crete, mostly just for the casual players that aren't really comfortable running in the high difficulties like possible. Also targeting the easy to hard crowd. Basically, the objective is just to get to the end of it, get yourself placed on the leaderboard. I don't actually know where I am this season. Anyway, that's pretty much irrelevant. I'm placed on both leaderboards, and beauty is I didn't really even have to try very hard. So I'm just sort of going to work through map by map. So this one I'm going to do Sea of Crete. I'm not really playing an optimal. I'm playing a close optimal, but not necessarily optimal setup. Ideally, you want to get the card for improved caravans. Maybe not so much in the 10 wave modes, but in the 20 onwards you do, just because they go into late game and you really need it. There's not really a good deal of good water on all the maps, so you want to be able to rely on caravans. I've opted for workers and storage upgrade improvements as well, or instead, so to speak. I don't have Dunmorix, I think it is. But anyway, I'll stop rambling. Ahab and Darius are just pretty useful in general in PvE. Again, they're not necessarily optimal, but they're just sort of good use. I'm just level 25 Babylon, not really a high level civ. I've sort of been comfortably doing this, even from the teens on the other civs. So I'm just gonna start it up, see where we go. So really, you can age straight away. Put yourself in the position to actually have a really strong economy. Since you do have 3 minutes to prepare, pretty much all the modes. In this one, I only come at you in the directions in front of you, rather than coming at you from other sides. Some of the others you've actually got to be a bit careful with your micromanagement. Sorry, not so much your micromanagement, your actual layout of your defensive structures. Because here you've really only got to hold off up, down here, up here, over here, and here. So this is probably one of the easier maps to actually play. Beauty of Babs is just got access to both range, so it really makes it easier to sort of get to a nice ball and defend without really losing all the units. Obviously, the better your macro, the easier it's going to be as well. Really just taking the wood, if that's going to be my transition. So you always get a nice little 3-minute buffer to actually macro up with force. When you're playing solo, you always sort of want to expand into where your ally would be. So there's a nice amount of resources, and it's a good spot to float your market across. Because usually if you're playing solo, you put your market here. Or I mean, if you're playing co-op and you coordinate, you can put it here, have your ally put his here, and sort of leave a little gap so you can stream units across. sometimes from there. I really just want to sort of focus on macroing up. Fast TC sort of builds are pretty much always desired because the 3 minutes, I mean, at the lower difficulties anyway, maybe at the higher difficulties it probably plays out a little bit differently. People might want to mass up a slight amount of units first. I've never actually really played high difficulties, so someone else would really be best off clarifying that. But at in this difficulty, you sort of just macro up. You can go with sort of any one production facility tech, but I mean, range is sort of probably optimal. Easiest to get things like clear bonuses and whatnot. Way too much gold. I'm already sort of playing really inefficiently, banking gold and stuff, but that's sort of showing, in a sense, how you can also get away with playing suboptimally before the high levels. I need to really focus on getting a bit of food, get my third TC up, boom a little bit harder, and then I can get to a point where I can really stabilize by about maybe round 6 or 7. Slightly beat out the AI in fielding like a good number of cavalry, maybe a bit of infantry, some priests to defend against siege, get more towers to actually back up to defend, because I'm really going to need it at some point. But yeah, this map is already easier in the core. Oops. Yeah, I really need a barracks. Stop even getting gold. That's not really important at the moment for me. Just splitting up your units so you don't really lose anything is sort of ideal as well. Like the less you throw away, the more you're going to have in later rounds as the difficulty ramps up. This map and difficulty probably don't really showcase that at all. But yeah, it's just always helpful to not lose your beginning towers. Because even if you, after that, your units get focused, obviously the towers, it's just another range unit hitting everything. So everything just dies out a little bit faster. Save all 3, and they've got, say, infantry. It really starts to work in your favour. Damn. So I didn't realise I hit just that early. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Even with my range, which is sort of the worst things you can have, like villagers, infantry, they're better than ranged if you're going up against siege. Just start fielding increase my own once I get to H3. Get an awful lot of tech at H3 as Babs as well, so it's really helpful to get a Zig just as you're going to pop it. It's not necessary, but yeah, again, it's really helpful in squeezing out takes that bit faster, which is really nice. Now, the thing is with Crete, you get scored based on when you kill your opponents. So if you kill them just as they spawn, you get max points. So I'm not really going to bother on focusing on that at the moment, but I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, it's something a little more advanced than experienced players will most definitely already understand, but a lot of the new folks might have misconceptions about how scoring actually works in defensive Crete. So yeah, that's how it actually works. High difficulty as well, obviously, more or less amplifies that. So at these difficulties, you are pretty reserved to not placing terribly high. That's not really of huge importance to a lot of people, I guess. The main thing is just, I guess, sort of having fun and coming up with a strategy that's actually sort of at least going to work in general across most of the maps. Although I've sort of, in this case, we're going with one of the probably the easiest map. So, I mean, I'm starting to get infantry, cavalry. I don't think I'm really going to struggle much longer against the siege. Because it's solo, you actually get access to a fair bit more in terms of resources. Because both players' resources are still there, but there's only one player going for one more. So at this stage, I can pretty much just comfortably macro do whatever I want. Just keep getting stuff. I mean, I've already got 80 villages. It's probably a bit more than I actually need. With Babs getting gardens and your market line set up is probably really more important than just having a fuck ton of villages late game. Seems like Celts and stuff probably make greater use of that sort of method. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm sure there is differences with the civs with just how worth it is investing in villages over investing in other ways of acquiring resources late game. I'll just find badge for a sec. So mass priest is actually really useful. Because I mean, if you hit the siege, you just delete it, just capture anything else. Obviously, it's just real helpful because not only are you killing something, you're getting it on your side. And if you've got below 200 population, it means it's basically yours. I mean, yeah, it means it's yours regardless of even if it's going to push you over the cap. So there's less pressure on you to not get housed. Yeah, so, I mean, I've only got a wave to go. I'm getting to age 4. It's not really a way I can really conceivably lose this. Now, the thing is with the longer wave, high difficulty setups, people will actually get to the point where they macro up that much that they end up killing off an awful lot of their villages. and even their market line are just bloody massing on all 4 spots. Both players, if it's co-op, because they just really need to, and because yeah, obviously that's how the top of the leaderboard compete for points. So there you have it, guys. The game well played. Once we get this last kill credit, I think there's one last push to come, and that's it. I'm actually even bother getting the market, so I've managed to sustain off the beginning gold. Haven't actually gone to farm tech yet. That's 10 rounds in, but that's pretty sort of normal things. Sweet. Oh, I even got to a 1 pop. Which is sort of, I guess, a weird little bug that happens where if you've got units on the way and you've got a conversion, sometimes it sort of stuffs up. You can get to about 202, 203 pop. That's really about it though, because after that it just sort of locks off. You can't convert anymore. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching.